No matter what kind of music you love, adding bass makes it sound better. Let's take a look at what it takes to install a powered subwoofer in your vehicle with the help of one of our guys from Tech Support. Before you get started, find a suitable place in your vehicle to mount your powered sub. The sub's built-in amplifier generates heat, so adequate ventilation is important. And you'll want to place it somewhere that's not too difficult to access. Your powered sub does not come with the necessary wiring, so be sure to purchase an amp wiring kit that includes the wiring and fuses you'll need. First, disconnect the negative battery terminal to protect you and your gear during installation. Next, run the power cable from the battery to the powered sub. Some kits have the fuse assembly already put together, but if not, cut a short piece of the power cable, enough to cover the distance from the battery to the fuse holder location, and strip the insulation off both ends. Crimp the terminal ring from your wiring kit to one end and attach the fuse holder to the other end. Strip the insulation from the end of the wire that leads to your amp and attach it to the other end of your fuse holder. It's important to keep the fuse close to the battery since the lead between the terminal and the fuse is unprotected. In most vehicles, you can pass the power cable through the firewall that separates the engine compartment from the main cabin using an existing entry point. Once you're inside the cabin, tuck the power cable under trim panels or your carpet along one side of your vehicle until you reach your powered sub location. After running the power wire, the next thing to do is to run the turn-on wire and signal cables. Both the turn-on wire and RCA signal cables need to be connected to your stereo. Run these cables behind the dash to your stereo. The turn-on wire connects to a remote turn-on wire in your stereo's wiring harness. It's usually blue, but confirm this with your owner's manual. Plug the RCA cables into the appropriate RCA outputs on your stereo. Run these wires, the turn-on wire and the RCA cable, down the opposite side of the car from the power wire. This will prevent electrical noise from entering your system and spoiling your music. All of this assumes you have an aftermarket stereo with preamp outputs. If you have a factory stereo, then you'll get the signal to your powered sub a different way. You'll want to make sure your powered sub has speaker level inputs and signal sensing turn-on capability. In this case, you can just tap into the speaker wires behind your stereo, or possibly rear deck speakers. Either way, this will get signal to the powered sub's built-in amp. The third primary connection is the ground wire. This wire should be connected to the vehicle's chassis. Look for a nearby bolt that you can fasten the ground cable to securely. The ground wire terminal should be in contact with the vehicle's bare metal. Sand away the paint at the contact point for the best connection. Now, mount your powered sub and make your connections. Try to use gentle curves with your wires and cables when possible to prevent unnecessary wear and tear. Before you fire it up to test, turn the built-in amp's gains all the way down and reconnect your vehicle's negative battery terminal. Verify that the sub turns on when you start the car. Then you can play some of your favorite music and set your gains. If you have any questions about powered subs, just give Crutchfield a call.